So, Rachel, what do the rankings for this month tell us?
Right, that's exactly right. I think in August we're seeing how quickly things have changed, and in some ways, people are saying the Delta variant is really a whole new virus, and it's just changed that chessboard all over again. We've seen places like New Zealand, which is #1 for such a long time, plummet down the rankings. They've gone into one of the world's strictest lockdowns because of the infiltration of Delta. At the same time, we see places like Israel and the US, who are really leading that reopening, vaccination rollouts. They've also plummeted because of record surges of the Delta variant. So pretty much every model, every approach that has had some impact on the virus has been challenged by Delta.
At least, can we trust that those highly vaccinated countries are doing a bit better?
So that is a concern, but one of the most optimistic scenarios is in the Netherlands, which is ranked #2. They saw that Delta wave go up, but it came down with very, very low fatalities, and it didn't really disrupt reopening because vaccination maintained a shield against that spread of Delta. I think that's the best case scenario for places like the US and Israel right now as they deal with that Delta surge.
Well, of course, there were some countries that had a low ranking at the start of the pandemic, and they're still low now. What do we know about those places that are really struggling?
Right. I mean, we're seeing the epicenter of the global outbreak really shift from regions from Latin America previously, and now where it's really centered is Southeast Asia. At the bottom of the ranking, all bottom 5 are Southeast Asian countries. This is a region now that has the highest per capita death toll in the world. You're seeing places like Indonesia really surge beyond 50,000 cases a day. In last place is Malaysia, where the economic growth forecast has been halved for the year. So these are places that will continue to struggle because rich countries are just holding on to that supply of vaccines, especially now with the desire for boosters. We're going to see that inequality continue to worsen this year.
And even so, we have seen some people avoiding vaccinations. One of the concerns has been the risk of blood clots from the vaccines. What do we know now?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the irony really isn't that some of these richer places, there's so many vaccines and some people don't want to take them. What we know is that there was a latest study from the UK, which really has had a massive vaccination drive. Out of 10 million people who've received the AstraZeneca vaccine, only about 60 developed the risk of blood clots. That's compared to 10 million with COVID. That number of getting blood clots is about 12,000. So we know the risk of COVID is in every way much worse for your health than getting a vaccination.